everyone, my name is Natalie and welcome to my channel. December is just around the corner, so I thought I'd share my TBR with y'all. But before we get into that, I have a special announcement to make. I've been really enjoying my past few months here on BookTube, and I just want to thank y'all for your support and viewership. And for those of you who have subscribed, you know exactly how much I appreciate it, because you've been in those same shoes in your own journey as a creator. Maybe it's the holiday spirit. I've just been feeling really encouraged and inspired and grateful for the BookTube community. So I have decided for the whole month of December, I will be doing not one, but 2 videos every single week. I will be uploading as usual on Friday, but you will also be getting a bonus content on Tuesdays. I also wanted to use it as an opportunity not only to celebrate my own time here in BookTube, but also celebrate other booktubers, especially my fellow smaller booktubers, and just really give back to the people who have supported me. In fact, one of the videos I have planned for this month is just a big giant shout out to some of my favorite smaller channels. I'm also thinking of maybe featuring videos I've enjoyed during the week on my Instagram story, as well as some of my favorite Bookstagram posts of the week, just because both of these platforms have been important to me over the past few months. I hope you enjoy your December and this kind of video extravaganza with me. It'll be like getting an early Christmas gift. Now we can actually get to my TBR. Normally, how I do my TBRs is I've already gone through and planned all the books that I want to read this year. I place them in different months depending on like length and content. So a spooky book I might put in October, a long book might not be the best in November, right during finals. And so coming into this video, I thought I knew exactly what my December would look like. And then literally maybe an hour or so before this video, I became aware of some readathons that I really want to participate in. And that threw a big wrench into my plans, and now this TBR is just up in the air. It's more like a list of books that I'd like to read in December, but I have no idea if I will actually get to. The first readathon I'd like to do is the Krishnalanka Thana. I think that's what it's called. It's like a readathon and read-along mashup. It is being hosted by Kat from Paperback Dreams. I can't remember who she's co-hosting it with, but it focuses on reading the Grisha trilogy and also the Six of Crows duology, and it's all in preparation for the release of King of Scars in January. It's taking place from December 15th to the 29th. It's also pretty chill, and you don't have to read all the books if you don't want to. I've reread the Grisha trilogy fairly recently, and I've been meaning to revisit the Six of Crows duology for a while now. So I think I'm just going to focus on Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom if I do in fact do this readathon. I feel like I really enjoyed them when I first read them, but I also read through them pretty quickly, and I've been wanting to go back and read them again a bit slower and more intentional this time around. I want to see if I actually enjoy the books and they're actually good, or if it was just all that excitement and action in the books and the hype around them. The second readathon is being hosted on Instagram. It's a readathon for The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis. It is being hosted by Melanie from Mel to the Any and Julie from According to Jules, and it's going to be from December 17th to December 19th. I love the Chronicles of Narnia. You might have seen it in my last video, but I haven't read them in a while, and I'm really glad that I have an opportunity to revisit them. I will have Kat's video linked in the description box below if you want all the information, as well as Melanie's Instagram and her blog, because she's awesome and super sweet, and you need to follow her like now. The first book that I absolutely have to read in December, even if I don't get to any other books, is Muse of Nightmare by Laini Taylor. I started this last Saturday. I haven't had much time to read since then. I'm about 60 or 70 pages in. I'd love to get all the way through it this next week before finals start. I really hate the idea of having to stop this book because of school, especially since that's what happened with Strange the Dreamer earlier this year, and I didn't get to read that for 3 months. I'm filming a reading vlog this weekend, and I will be reading some more of this book, so if you'd like to hear more of my thoughts, then make sure to check that out next Tuesday. Book number 2 is Matilda by Roald Dahl. Matilda is one of my favorite children's books, and I'm long overdue for a reread. I also just think it will be a great little pick-me-up for finals, whether I need to take a break from studying, relax after a day of exams, or just use it to de-stress after the whole thing is over and I'm in recovery mode. The next books I want to read are all part of the same series, The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. I read Cinder, Scarlet, and Cress a few years back, and I really enjoyed them. And for some reason, I never read Winter after it came out, even though I knew I wanted to read it. So I want to reread the first 3 books and then finally get to Winter. Whenever I'm revisiting a series, I love to do like reading marathons, so I might do a vlog for that, or maybe just for Winter, I'm not really sure. But regardless of what I do with it, I'm really excited to get to these books. The next 2 books will depend on if I get my hands on them. I am planning on doing some post-finals retail therapy at Barnes & Noble, so I'm hoping I can buy them then. And they are Mammoth by Sarah Perry and City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab. Mammoth originally wasn't on my radar because the synopsis made it unclear to me if it was like a sequel or somehow connected to or set in the same world as Sarah Perry's other book, The Essex Serpent, and I have not read that. So you didn't see this book in any of my anticipated releases videos, but a couple weeks after I posted those, I learned from someone I follow on Instagram that it's not connected, you don't have to read the first book. It sounds like this super dark, gothic, creepy book. There's some mystery and supernatural elements, and that's just right up my alley, especially since the colder months usually put me in the mood for something a bit darker. I'm a little leery of the price tag just because it's like brand new. And I already bought a new hardback this year that was Muse of Nightmares. I don't usually buy hardbacks, but you know what? I worked all semester, and with finals, I kind of deserve it. That's what I keep telling myself, at least. City of Ghosts is also kind of new, I think. It's new enough to where none of the libraries in my area have the book, at least. I've heard really good things about it, and I've been looking for some good middle grade fiction to read. It will also be my first foray into Victoria Schwab / V.E. Schwab's books. I'm really curious to see what I think because she's pretty hyped up here on BookTube. If possible, I'd like to revisit My Cousin Rachel by Daphne du Maurier. This was part of my August TBR, but I was unable to finish it. I started it the very beginning of August, right before I had to move back to college, and I decided I did not trust myself to remember to renew it or not to leave it at college, so I just returned it to the library before I left. I only got a few chapters in, but what I did read I remember really enjoying. Another book I'd like to read is In Cold Blood by Truman Capote. It's been sitting on my shelf for a while now, and it's high time that I read it. Okay, that is everything on my December TBR-ish thing. I'm not even going to try to count how many books are on that list. I have a feeling it's going to be one of my rare mood reading months. Once I finish Muse of Nightmares, I'll just see what I want to read from this list. As a reminder, I'll be posting Tuesdays and Fridays every week of December, so make sure you're subscribed and click the notification bell so you can stay up to date on all the latest videos. And don't forget to pop down into the comments and tell me some of your own December reading plans or books that you have to finish before the end of the year. As always, have a wonderful rest of your day, keep reading, and I'll see you next time here on the Mighty Quill.